And Sebastian, this is going to be an absolute belter of a fight.
Oh yeah, I expect nothing else. These are two very, very skilled competitors. Obviously, Dean Garnett might be a little bit more well-known to a mainstream audience.
Come on, kid. He knows exactly where he's fighting. Speaking to Dean in the lead up to this fight, he did not want to accept any credit for what he has done. Gave full credit and acknowledgement to his coaches, Phil Turner, Aaron Robinson, and Joe Tonks. That's just the kind of guy Dean is.
Well, I mean, he's such a team player. He's spoken about how coaching has made him a better fighter as well. I mean, he's just really somebody who gives it his all for his team.
CORBAGE doing a good job now of just using his kicking, being the longer rangier fighter, but Dean Garnett is no slouch when it comes to his hands. A fantastic boxer, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu brown belt. That's a very solid kick, disguised it with the hands, but eats one back from CORBAGE, or CORBAGE, depending on your pronunciation.
Oh, he goes down.
Little bit of a slip there, I think, perhaps. Not quite sure if it was a flash knockdown.
Well, you cannot sleep on the hands of Dean Garnett. I mean, if you just look at his Hexagon MMA debut, where he slept Miguel Haro brutally in the first round. Definitely a guy with plenty of tools.
It's a very, very smart approach from Dean Garnett every time we see him fight. It's methodical, it's cerebral, but you can't eat too many of those low leg kicks. Already starting to redden up. You can hear a pin drop in the arena right now, not because the action isn't entertaining, but because there's a slight air of expectancy.
Well, absolutely, it's got that title fight feel, and both these guys so skilled. Any exchange is dangerous. Oh, huge right hands from Garnett.
Big shots from Garnett. Doesn't smother his work either.
Oh, spinning back kick, slips a little bit. Right to the breadbasket.
I don't necessarily think Garnett needs to throw the likes of spinning back kicks or anything like that. Just rely on your fundamentals. They're the things that win fights.
Outside leg kick there.
Big cut over the left eye of CORBAGE.
I think it was some of those right hands that Garnett fired off. And it's not in the best of spots. Yowza.
The gum shield fall out there. Did he not? Yeah. Did he punch the gum shield? Oh, he eats a big knee.
This is not really the type of stop to the action that we would like to see. You're supposed to wait for a more organic situation to stop the fight.
And we were critical of this happening last week. And again, I don't want to dump on a referee, but it was the same guy.
Yeah. Oh, left hand connects there for Garnett.
Throws these punches from unorthodox angles. And his opponent just doesn't see them coming. Like he'll dip a shoulder and come over the top.
And I think that striking style honestly lends itself to Featherweight, because as you can see, Garnett, he is the smaller fighter, and he has spent most of his career at bantamweight, fighting now at Featherweight. But with the style that he fights, I honestly think that it's going to benefit him. It's going to be a little bit faster and a little bit trickier.
Didn't have to cut a lot of weight, made the championship weight limit easily. Same can't be said for Lucas.
Absolutely, only Garnett stands as eligible to win the title.
Solid inside leg kicks. Oh, he gets caught with a counter shot there. Tried the Superman punch, but got caught with a lead hook.
Oh, goes high with that one.
I guess it's the difficulty in trying to negate the range and length that your opponent has on you. You know, do you want to clinch with them, but they're Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belts?
Yeah.
So you can't keep things on the outside. And this is where that MMA intellect and MMA IQ come into play from Dean Garnett.
He got clipped there, but yeah, Garnett has an incredibly wide arsenal of weapons. If you just look at some of the techniques that he's finished fights by, it really is astounding. I mean, spinning back kick to the body, which we saw a little bit of before, heel hook, inverted heel hook. He's all that in a bag of tricks.
And I like that it's Dean that's occupying the middle every time. He's forcing his opponent to work on the outside.
Garnett doesn't agree with that being. Maybe we can get a replay here.
I don't know if that was a low shot. I'm not.
It didn't really look like it. Either way, they are back to action now. Final 20 seconds of the first round of 5 possible. I do like how CORBAGE throws that left high kick.
So far, it's landed on the guard of GARNETT, but we've seen people can get knocked out with the shot on the guard. We saw it happen to Dustin Poirier against Justin Gaethje.
Never slipped there from GARNETT. It might be due to the sand.
That is a good, solid round for Dean GARNETT.
Oh, yeah.
Referee giving GARNETT a little bit of a talking to.
I mean, I get it, but you're supposed to listen to the commands of the referee. But I mean, who can blame GARNETT for being a little bit upset at CORBAGE seemingly playing up that kick to the stomach, possibly the groin?
I wonder if we're going to see it in our replay here. Dean GARNETT playing a little bit of toro.
Yeah.
More a case of toro. That's a terrible Scouse accent. I'm so sorry.
That's better than anything I could muster. Oh, there's that succession of Oral. It was 2 solid right hands. I think it was one of those that opened up CORBAGE as well.
Some nice solid shots from GARNETT there.
It's just me, or was the mouthpiece moving in slow motion there in comparison to their strikes?
I'll tell you who's not moving in slow motion, Dean GARNETT right now.
Oh, yeah.
But again, he needs to be wary of that lead high kick from CORBAGE. Like I say, it's got creaked through a couple of times, and you can only take so many of them on the glove before they start having an effect.
Yeah, I mean, before Dustin Poirier, then Lyoto Machida against Mark Munoz was my go-to example of that. That occurred in London.
And that inside leg kick is working well for GARNETT.
Ooh, I like the way that he loaded up that right hand.
CORBAGE doing a nice job with his movement, almost like trying to like ice skate his way inside. Last thing you want to do is work on those straight lines and just be a prone target for somebody who's got the power of Dean GARNETT.
Absolutely, great lateral movement for sure.
Interestingly though, CORBAGE now is the one kind of leading the dance a little bit.
And I'm sure that his corner gave him a stern talking to, saying something along the lines of, hey, you can't just, you know, keep moving back and waiting. You got to make something happen proactively as well.
It's almost capoeira-esque in the movement right now from the Brazilian.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure he's done a little bit of capoeira in his day. While he represents Argentina, he is Brazilian originally.
Second round of a potential 5 for the vacant Hexagon MMA featherweight title. Only Dean GARNETT is eligible to win the belt, as CORBAGE did not make weight.
Something. Don't know what that was inside the cage. But.
Tentative from both men a little bit more in the second round, but you can see, kind of get the feeling that GARNETT is just trying to set him up. Nice spinning back kick, completely no-sold by CORBAGE.
Yeah.
Crowd here definitely enjoyed it.
Both these guys did compete recently, of course, GARNETT earlier this year at Hexagon MMA, where he knocked out Miguel Haro, and for CORBAGE, he's coming off a first-round bulldog choke in March of this year. Something that really shouldn't work on the highest level of MMA, but sometimes it does.
GARNETT does a great job of getting his head off the center line and following it up with a big shot. I suppose that's something, as the shorter fighter in this fight, he has to learn to get very, very comfortable with. What's he doing?
Oh, still blitz there, capped up with the right hand.
Oh, he's trying to land that big shot over the top. Oh, working the body as well.
CORBAGE kind of showed some of his cards there. He was backing up and then threw the jumping knee just as GARNETT charged in. It missed, but that's clearly something that he's waiting for.
And I like that Garnett so far, he hasn't smothered any of his work. He lands his shots, he takes a step back, gets outside of the pocket. Obviously being the shorter fighter, he has to get into the pocket to throw those shots, but lesser fighters would land big shots like that, try and clinch.
I think he's hit with one of those knees, I'm sure.
But he lands his shots, gets outside of range.
I see both of them fighting very well in their own respective styles. Oh, hellacious kick to the body there.
Did CORBAGE try and land a little short elbow there just as Garnett was coming in?
Yeah.
Didn't quite see. Looked like he did.
And there he threw up the leg as well. I'm not sure if it was meant as a knee or a kick, but you know, CORBAGE, he's kind of timing Garnett. He's waiting for him to blitz in. He's waiting with the counter.
CORBAGE got his head off the center line very well there.
Yeah.
And you wonder, is potentially CORBAGE, knowing that this is a fight that can go 5 rounds, is he maybe conserving a little bit for the later stances of the fight?
You know, it would be a smart move, especially against a veteran like Dean Garnett, who can take a lot of punishment and still keep on going. So, I mean, if I were in CORBAGE's corner, I would be surely telling him that, you know, save some energy. You don't know when you're going to need it. You might as well draw out these attacks and wait with the counter.
Oh, and if you do that, there's always the X factor being hit with one of those big shots.
Yeah. Garnett's throwing with ill intentions here.
Starting to get cold here in Béziers, but it's starting to hot up inside the cage, Sebastian.
Absolutely. There we have it, 2 rounds in the books. Most likely 2 rounds in favor of Dean Garnett, but definitely a better round now for CORBAGE, I'd say.
You kind of get the feeling that CORBAGE really hasn't got started. And
yeah.
You wonder, is that intentional? Is that by design, reserving a little bit for the later rounds? Or you wonder just how much psychologically thinking that you're going in to fight for a prestigious world title, and then the day before you don't make the weight, you have that opportunity taken for you. Potentially, it might be difficult for him to get up for this fight.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, motivation is a big aspect of MMA, and probably the biggest motivating factor. Just, you know, he lost it yesterday. Obviously, I'm sure defeating somebody with the respect and stature of Dean Garnett also very, very motivating in itself.
Third round of a potential 5 here.
Dean Garnett looking to get right into it. Garnett really has fought some of the absolute best. I mean, his 2 losses, it's Magomedov and Anthony Leon. No shame in those losses there.
2 decent lads.
Yeah. Ooh. Overhand right landed once again.
Garnett's just so compact and powerful.
Yeah, he's just like a little bulldog.
Got caught with a little shot there, but very much like Benitez in our previous fight, remains completely unfazed. Garnett was very, very low there. He needs to be careful of going down that low. When you're just boxing, yes, not a problem, but when you have the X factor of potentially a big knee coming up the middle.
Yeah, and we've seen it. He's just missed by a hair, has CORBAGE, so it's definitely how many of those overhand rights can CORBAGE eat?
First clinch here initiated by Dean Garnett. I wonder what the intention behind the clinch is. Is it to land your shots? Maybe just, again, he needs to be careful dipping that head.
Yeah. CORBAGE's noticed it now, and he's thrown that knee several times. And I heard the Scouser's corner say, don't rush in. I mean, I'm sure they've noticed that knee now if we have.
Another big shot over the top. CORBAGE is definitely throwing that knee with a lot more regularity.
Yeah. And honestly, it's a good deterrent if you know that your opponent's charging in and you show them that that knee is always there.
Oh, big shot!
Who's
he's out!
He's out!
He's out! Ladies and gentlemen, the new Hexagon MMA Featherweight Champion of the World. Liverpool take a bow. Dean Garnett's coming home with champ. Third round, vicious knockout. Wow.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the referee has called a stop to the action at 2 minutes and 4 seconds of round number 3, declaring your winner via knockout and new Hexagon Featherweight Champion of the World, Dean Garnett!
Congratulations, Dean. That was your goal since the very beginning. How does it feel?
It feels like it was always meant to be. From the moment I signed the contract to be a Hexagon fighter, it never crossed my mind that I wouldn't have this belt before the year was out. I knew it was coming, and it's my second knockout in 2 fights. I really wanted to show a bit of my grappling tonight. Lucas CORBAGE is a really good jiu-jitsu fighter, and I was open to submit him, to be honest, but I'll take the win no matter how it comes. I'm just very happy.
Alors, ce qu'il explique, c'est que depuis le début de son contrat, ça ne lui a jamais quitté l'esprit de vouloir garder cette ceinture, de gagner cette ceinture, pardon. Et depuis, il est obnubilé par ça. Et il avait un combattant face à lui qui était très talentueux, un grand jujitsuka. Et voilà, il faut 2 hommes pour faire un grand combat. How do you feel by being a great ambassador for your gym? Because now you have your own gym. That's a good thing, no?
Yeah, it's great to be an example to the younger fighters. But some of the younger fighters in my gym are better than me. I have to look up to them now, so yeah, it's amazing. I'm really pleased.
Donc il est très heureux de pouvoir être un ambassadeur dans son club parce qu'il a fondé son propre club. Et pour lui, ce qu'il voudrait, c'est inspirer tout simplement les jeunes de son club. What's next for you?
Anthony Deasy, you better get on a diet, bro. 66. Let's get your weight down and let's get a really high caliber fight. I think Deasy's one of the best ever French fighters. And no disrespect to Miguel Haro or Lucas CORBAGE, but this is the sort of fight a guy like me needs if you want to see the best out of me.
Et donc là, il vient de défier Anthony Deasy, qui est un grand lutteur français. Il aimerait le retrouver dans la cage pour défendre ce titre. So, what do you expect? A fight coming soon, maybe in the next month?
Maybe not the next month. Maybe 2 months, 3 months. Maybe Alkmaar. Maybe the next show. But soon, before the year's over. Can I just like to say, I want to thank my team, Phil Turner, Aaron Robinson, Joe Tonks, Coach Ed, Glyn, Danny, Femi, Charlie, love yous all. Watch the Time, me sponsor, and all my other sponsors. And thank you to everyone at Hexagon for an unbelievable event. And thank you, Béziers! Thank you! Merci!
Voilà, donc il espère combattre tout simplement avant la fin de l'année et défendre cette ceinture avec succès. Quant à nous, eh bien, c'est déjà la fin de cette soirée. L'Hexagone MMA tient à remercier les Arènes de Béziers, Bétara et Olivier Marger. Merci pour l'accompagnement et puis surtout merci à vous d'avoir été là. Merci à vous pour votre fidélité. Excellente soirée à tous.